To do. Oh, well, my name is Resmerized. This is the April 10th edition of Resmerized here live right this minute on Radio New York International.com. You can find out more about me and what I do at Resmerized.com, naturally. You can also get psychic readings from me here on the air, or if you'd prefer longer, more serious conversations, you can have them with me at psychicweb.com/res. Now, I have something that I've been looking forward to for a long time. It's an interview with Cohen Phillips. Now, he is, what can I say, an independent filmmaker. That's really not going to begin to describe him. If you're going to compare him to anyone, it might be difficult, but he is a big Bruce Campbell fan, and that's all I'm going to tell you right now. I have many clients who ask me to help them find their life's purpose long after they've lived most of their lives, but I'm happy to try, of course. Some people never have that question at all and just cruise through life unaffected. Others, like Cohen Phillips, just seem to have always known who they are and what they're supposed to do. Talents aren't just something they cultivate and give their energy to. It's something that they are. Cohen is one of those people. He is a young man who I have been proud to know for, I'd say, about the last 3 years. I've seen him develop from someone who had an interest and talent for creating stories on film to someone who can be considered an independent artist, definitely in his own right. Cohen, welcome to Resmerized.
Hi, thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
I'm delighted. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend with us.
Yes, well, it's not a very busy days around here lately, so, I had to fill the time somehow. Anyway, could I sing a little bit?
Maybe later.
Oh, gee. Oh, thanks. Thanks. I'm all ready. I had the lemon juice and everything.
Right.
All right, well, whenever you're ready, I'll sing.
Okay, I'll cue you.
Oh, yeah.
Let's start with going all the way back, your interest in films at all. How did you decide, or when did you decide you were going to make your own movies?
Well, I think it began very early on, pretty much whenever I could hold a camera. It's when I started making films or little videos and things like that. So, but I would say that probably when I was 8, I got really serious about it. I said, this is what I want to do with the rest of my career. I mean, even at 8, I knew that. I've been doing it ever since. But I think how it came about was, it just was kind of a generational thing that passed on. My dad's dad was into photography. He had his own film lab. He developed his own 35mm film and things like that. So he had his own darkroom. And then my dad was into Super 8 film and shooting little shorts and things like that when he was a kid. And then he was into all this just film and the monster movies and things like that. And then now third generation comes along and all this digital technology and everything and computers. I mean, it just opens up so much. But I think it's that. I think it's been passed on, and I've been around it pretty much all my life. It's just filmmaking and monster movies and Three Stooges and just all, all the classic stuff that survives all these years and that is still fresh in people's hearts. So I think that was what it is. I think it was that. I think that's how I just got started on this crazy journey.
You couldn't really help it, could you?
I couldn't help it, no. When I first got home from the hospital, I was in a crib or something, and they had a TV in there when they were running Stooges really late at night.
Yeah.
And that's what my parents said. That was the first thing that I saw was the Stooges. And it was so funny because they said that it was either Larry or Curly. I don't think either one of them can remember. but that I started laughing at the screen. I started laughing. They couldn't believe it that one of them was doing something, and I started laughing at the screen. They couldn't believe it. I was only a couple weeks old, and I was already looking up there. And
they said, "Oh my God, what's wrong with my kid?"
Doing goofy stuff. So look, there's the example that was set before me. Perfect example. The Stooges. It's always been with me all growing up and everything like that.
Yeah.
So a big influence too, though. I mean, all the classic films and the monster movies and all that stuff has been such inspiration, and then just something to long for as well.
So you and your sister Charlotte, your whole lives are on video. Is that right?
Well, pretty much. Yeah. So if I ever make a movie or a biography about my life, I've got footage to back that up, so I don't have to hire an actor. I can just use myself.
Yeah.
When we were younger, of course, video was around, VHS and things, and we had a camcorder. We shot a lot of Super 8 films, even in the early 90s. We have home movies that are just on Super 8. So that's pretty neat to see, and people get a kick out of it too when we bring out the projector and screen and fire it up and watch these things. They're like, man, you know, that's really neat you do that. But it's still alive today. I mean, people still shoot Super 8 as well, so it's not a dead format. But then time progressed too. Digital video came out. I mean, computers. Now we're at the HD and all this stuff. So I mean, it was something else. But we just believe in keeping the classic ways, the old school ways, I guess, as I call it, alive. We just like working in all formats.
You've used Super 8 in some of your work too, haven't you?
I have, yeah. I shot a few Super 8 shorts. Just recently, I've gotten in 16 millimeters, so I've gone a gauge up, and 16's right below 35 in the gauge ranges there. And of course, 35 millimeters is what they use on Hollywood productions, big budgets. So now we're at least one step below at 35. And yeah, we've been shooting a few 16 shorts and tests, and we're planning to do some things this summer. So that's been really cool. Got the camera off today for $10. It was an absolute steal.
Oh, see?
Yeah, it's a Bell & Howell. My goodness, this thing is like a tank. I mean, it's just,
they're huge.
It never wants to stop. It just wants. But of course, when you get into film and doing film, when you film and say, "Hey, I want to watch what I just did," no, you can't do that. You have to send it away. It has to be processed and come back to you so you can see it, things like that. So more cost is involved for the look and feel and everything you can do with film. I think it's worth it. But we still shoot digital video as well, and I think the two can coexist in the same world. We're trying to go a step up in the film world, and that's been pretty exciting to shoot 16 and seeing the results.
Yeah, I bet. I want to stop real quick and give everyone your website address. Would you do that?
It's pretty simple. It's phillipsfilms.mrolaf.com. I said that last part. It's phillipsfilms.mrolaf.com. Or if that's too complicated for you, just go to Google and just type in Phillips Film, all one word, and our site will be on there.
Yeah, it's right on the top. Yeah,
right at the top. Yes, I guess. Very nice. That's the website. Go to it, and you can see some of the productions that I've done, and also some of the future ones. Lots of pictures and information, some little things on there too.
Yeah, I have a link to it on my website as well, which has remained and shall so perpetually remain.
Yes,
how you like that?
I saw that. I know. I saw your site. It got a little redone and revamped, and looks very nice.
Well, I thank you very much.
Thank you for the link on there as well. That's very nice.
Yeah, that's always been there. That's just always going to be on there. So your site also, I thought it was interesting that a lot of it is a blog.
Yeah, our site is too. Yeah, we've got a blog on there as well, so which is fun because I mean, the site gets updated. Our site gets updated every once in a while.
Yeah.
But if you want to update something really quick and easy, and blogs are pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know,
and they can download things from your site too, huh?
That's right. They can download some stuff from the site, and again, you got a lot of pictures and information on there. And just look through the whole site, who's on the team and who's not on the team. Oh, I mean, no, we don't have who's not on the team stuff. But pretty much everybody I want to work with, I want them to feel a part. That's what I say to everybody, that this project is just as much as mine as it is yours. And I've gotten, I mean, with that little line, I've got help from all over the world, literally.
You do. You get messages and requests from people wanting to be in your films or participate in production in some way from everywhere.
I know, it's insane. A film that's in editing right now, it's a romantic film, which is a little different for me. Because, But I like variety and trying something new and different. But it's kind of a romantic drama. It takes place in a hot air balloon. It really went. It was a lot of fun to shoot. And now it's cutting together. But yeah, just some of the crew people I'm working on now. We're going to have a main animation title sequence done in 2D format, kind of like your Tom and Jerry cartoons. The artist drawing all the cartoons is in Canada, and then the animator is in the Netherlands. So I mean,
wow, yeah.
I mean, wow. And this is all through the internet. I mean, it's open. It's almost like a window. It just opens up so much of who you can contact. I mean, it's a great tool. It comes in handy so much. But yeah, but I mean, on the other side, I've worked with people, in state as well that I wouldn't otherwise have known, would have been interested in filming or anything if it wouldn't have been for message boards and things like that I could have posted on and stuff like that. And
right, I mean, because you don't live in Hollywood.
No, I don't live in Hollywood. I'm sorry, everybody. I live right in the central United States, right in Missouri.
Yeah.
So right on the border of Missouri and Kansas. Kansas City's like the next biggest city down. And so I've gotten a few people from there, and then I've gotten people as far as like Joplin, Missouri, and then even it was bizarre on Voice of the Dead, like kind of my supernatural thriller short. There was an actress all the way from Texas who drove 10 hours for me. I mean, for the film. But yeah, I mean, it's insane. Somebody else wrote me from California that said, I'd like to come out and do something. I said, we can't pay. We can't help a lot with travel funds and things. Not with the way the gas is, but still, they're willing to come out and travel all this way. And I guess they're just seeing something. They're I guess, I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, exactly. Well, I do. That speaks.
They're seeing something. They're like, oh, that's fun. He's doing productive things. I want to be a part of that.
Yeah, and it speaks to me. Well, let me go back some. When we first quote unquote met, it was in a chat room during a paranormal internet radio show, and the guest on that particular show that night was Bruce Campbell.
Yes.
Right, and so you were. Let me tell you, folks, there was this extremely enthusiastic chatter in that room, all excited as heck that Bruce Campbell was the guest and had questions for him and wanted to talk to him real bad and was just flipping out from what it looked like to me.
Yeah.
and you and I started, I guess, exchanging comments or something in the chat room.
Right.
And you told me that one of the reasons you wanted to talk to him so badly was because you were producing a tribute film.
Right.
An Evil Dead tribute. Is that right? Evil Dead tribute film?
Yeah, Evil Dead tribute film, yeah.
Yeah.
And the host was saying call in or email, or we actually got our email read on the air to Bruce Campbell.
That's right, and he commented on it, correct?
He did, yeah. And his first thing that he said was, I'm looking forward to getting a copy of it.
And it was called...
That was cool.
Yeah, and
after that, I didn't listen to anything else.
Right.
I just wanted to hear that. Oh, he wants to get a copy. All right, So.
Yeah, you were just all kinds of excited, and everybody in the chat room became excited for you. Right. Now, that film is called Return to the Woods.
Return to the Woods,
yeah. Yeah.
That was back in 2002. That was the first time that I used the internet to reach out and try to find people to help. The reason why I chose the Evil Dead, too, is that they just did it. They said, we're going to make this. They went out and did it. It was hard. It was just struggling. They did it. They got it done. They had something to show for it. So that was the aspect I really made the tribute film for, within that spirit. If I would do an original production, there might not be a lot of people that would come on to help. But if I pick something that's already established, do something around that and tribute it, maybe there'll be more people willing to help. And boy, was I ever right, I guess, because it's just tons of people. And those people that I worked with way back then on that one, they're still with me. That's what I'm doing now. I'm building my crew. The people that I'm going to use when I actually get a budget, I'm not going to go to people I don't know. Why would I? I want to go to the people and hire the people that I've worked with because I know they've done good work for nothing. Now I want to repay them and help them just get their name out there and just to help them, get a start. Or if they just are doing this fun too, this is a fun thing, and they're getting their faces all over the internet as well during the process.
Yeah. Now, when you finished, how long did it take you to film Return to the Woods?
We filmed that in August of 2002, and then all of a sudden school started. And then it was, oh boy, we were about halfway done when school started, and then we just had to go weekends and film. So probably, 2-3 months, I imagine. And it got colder. That was a bad thing. August was really not doing those outside scenes and everything. Oh,
yes.
Then when you get in the cabin, there were nights that it was just freezing cold. And of course, you got to have continuity. One guy had shorts on. I mean,
Yes, yes.
So, hey, you got to get back in those shorts. You got to look exactly like you did. If we got to do this, and it's
And he did.
-0 out.
A true thespian was he. That's for sure.
He was. I know. So
Most definitely.
I'm surprised he's still with me today. Doing
It
stuff.
still is. That's excellent, excellent. There was a certain prop in that movie that has an interesting story to it all by itself.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Again, it was the internet, and it just shows the power of the internet. And this, the way I'm using the internet, isn't a good way. We hear so much bad stuff about the internet and things. This way is productive. It's really good. You meet a lot of neat people too. We had a prop in Return to the Woods with the Chalice of the Dead, a cup that if you held the wrong way, then it would turn you into a deadite, a monster. My makeup man, who lives in England, by the way,
Right.
That was doing all the props and stuff, Christian Swift, he said, you know what, you should write Tom Sullivan. And Tom Sullivan was the original makeup man on Evil Dead 1.
Mm-hmm.
He said, write him. I bet he'd love to do something for you, you know? Just create a prop or just let him know about it. He's already told Bruce Campbell. Let him know. He wrote him first. And then Tom Sullivan wrote me and said, well, what do you want me to make? Just didn't want to know anything else.
Yeah.
What do you want to make? What do you want me to make? And then he said, I looked at your site, the pictures, and what it looks like you're doing looks like what we were doing when we were filming the first Evil Dead movie. It looks like that type of style. And then he made the prop. And then a few weeks later, I said, I wonder if he would maybe do a cameo in the film. So I wrote him and asked him, and he said, sure. He lives in Michigan. Filmed it all there and sent it to me, and I was able to cut it into the film. That was really cool. I mean, he was a very nice guy. He just wanted to help out so much, and just with, even though it was a little tribute film, he just wanted to help the fan. It was really neat.
Yeah, so he's actually in Return to the Woods. That was so cool.
Right, yeah, he was actually in it playing one of the characters' dad. Drunken father.
Yeah.
Drunken father, yes.
Very effectively, I might add.
Yeah, I know. He really was. He had the bottles and everything, and I hope that was just food coloring in those bottles, but I doubt it. But
we won't ask.
No, but a very nice guy. I mean, he didn't have to take the time out to do that, because I know he does a lot of convention runs and things. Even now, too, he does the convention, but he sets up Evil Dead props, and that's kind of what he does, an Evil Dead museum with all props and things. Mm-hmm. One of the props there on his table now is Chalice of the Dead that he made for us, and it even says right on there, made for Return to the Woods, an Evil Dead tribute film. So, I mean, now he's even getting out there and promoting the thing, too.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's a very nice guy, and I've been in contact with him on and off from now, just updating him on what I'm doing now and things like that. It would be neat to meet him someday.
Very much. So what happened to, some other things happened to this film or with this film after that. Did you ever get to show it to Bruce Campbell?
Yes, I sent Bruce a copy, but didn't hear from him. But he gets a lot of fan mail.
Right.
But at least it was sent. I didn't send Sam Raimi because he seems a little busy nowadays.
Yeah.
With Spider-Man. But I mean, I think everybody knows he's directing, $200 million Spider-Man movies. That's the rags to riches really come true. I couldn't really find the address. Of course, Tom Sullivan got a copy and things like that. And also the ladies of Evil Dead, the original ladies who were in the first Evil Dead movie, all got a copy of that. So that was cool. That was really cool. Pretty much the main cast has hopefully seen it. We went to a convention in Indianapolis, showed the film. So that was neat to get out and see how the film was going to play to fans. But it was more of a gaming convention than it was a film convention. Kind of lacked with audience participation of the film. But
you're just being so modest. I know for a fact that crowds of people that see this film, and they have at various conventions and gatherings, absolutely love it. I think it got more acclaim than you thought it would, didn't it?
It did. I didn't think it would go this much. And from that, I was able to show more people this is what I can do, and then bring in more people to work on the next one with me.
Right. And the next one is after that?
The next one was Voice of the Dead, right?
Right. Voice of the Dead.
Yeah, the next big project, I guess.
Yeah.
Because we do a lot of little shorts and things, and for practice, really.
Right.
Just to test things out. And then we do a longer film. That's the big film, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Later on.
Right.
But Voice of the Dead, I would say, would be the next the big one we did. And the little thing you were playing, you weren't playing, but saying earlier about EVP and stuff, that was a very good intro to this.
Thank you.
That's about EVP and kind of a supernatural thriller about ghosts and things. The gang that is in the film, they are supposed to create this spook phone, which is supposed to kind of tune in ghost sounds and EVP. That's kind of what the story is on Voice of the Dead.
They call them on the phone.
They called it no. It was more of a voice amplifier where the ghosts would speak and they're like, oh, and they would record it and things like that. Basically, what happened was we shot Voice of the Dead in '03, and it was released, I think in '03 or end of '03, beginning of '04. Well, I don't know if you've heard, but or seen,
Yeah.
but there's a movie out, or yes, it's out now, with Michael Keaton called White Noise.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same thing that we were doing. Of course, we had a gang, about 4 people, instead of just one guy going after it. But it's basically the same thing. And the weird thing about it is that on a TV spot for this White Noise, right at the end, one of the taglines is "The voices of the dead are listening."
That sounds kind of familiar.
That gets you thinking, yeah.
Yeah.
Universal? Ooh, man. That gets you thinking. But of course, our stuff is out there on the internet.
Yeah.
And anybody can see it, view it. You never know. You got good guys out there and bad guys out there. So, but that's a little odd. And I didn't write that script. It was a Californian writer. Probably had 30 years of experience as a writer. Scott Bird, a very nice guy. And that came all out of his head. And, yeah, we thought it was a little weird when White Noise was released. And we're like, gee, that's a little funny, you know. Anyway.
Perhaps that you had a psychic intuition a year before that film was made about the subject. That's what I think.
Maybe that was it. Maybe that was it. I don't know. Somebody at Universal had something going on. I don't know.
Yeah. How many films do you have now altogether?
Well, I would say between 10 and 15.
Wow.
All those aren't feature length. You know, I mean, you got to realize that more is being added to the pot every day almost, or every weekend, every month. Again, film is teamwork. You can't do it alone. You have to have a good team to help you out to get these films made. All the people I've worked with and will work with, I know, are the best at what they do.
Are they all horror, of the horror genre?
Of the
Except
films
for
I made?
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Except for the romantic one you're making now.
Right, the romantic one is different. And then there's some comedy ones thrown in there. And then, of course, my latest film is a drama, 50s film noir drama. Yeah, I would say probably the majority of everything. And we got Return to the Voice of the Dead. Of course, we did a short film for IndieTalk.com film festival, or film contest that involved The Invisible Man. So, yeah, I guess we just like the horror genre. But when you say horror, I mean, there's so many interpretations of horror. There's gothic horror, and there's slasher, and there's this and that.
Right.
We're trying to do a more story horror. We have classical elements from the classic monster films in there, and really the story is driving the film instead of the blood. But that's what I try to do with all my films is make the story the most important, because it is. That's your foundation you're going to build on. And if the story crumbles, then you're out of luck. That's it. Even if you have the best performances in the world, still your story's not going to work, and the movie's not going to work. You're not going to get the audience in there and captivated.
Now, you don't just direct and run the camera. You write the scripts as well.
Right, yes. Normally when I make a film, I'll write the story, and then either I'll decide whether I want somebody else to do the screenplay and help me with the screenplay, or to write it myself, all myself. So, yeah, that's a complicated process in itself. It's absolutely writing the story and getting that all figured out, everything. Yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and then I'll bring on somebody else, and they'll just help me kind of revise the story and then write the screenplay. But pretty much I'm very involved in everything. I have a lot of creative control in every aspect of absolutely everything, because people's names are going on it. My name's going on it. I feel very important to present it in a very professional way, and just to do it right and don't mess it up. Otherwise, they're not going to help me with the next one. So I feel I owe it to them, because they're doing this for free and helping me out. I put all I have into every single production that I do. But it's a lot of fun, though.
Yeah,
it's
you
not
do.
work.
Yeah.
It's fun. And this is what I want to do with the rest of my career. But I don't want it to be work. That's basically like an audition. I'd never been to an audition where they feed you dinner. I mean,
Perk.
My family's a big part of this, too. Normally when we shoot the movies, our crews are very small, which is okay. It'd be nice to have a few other extra hands. Basically, it's my family that is helping. My dad runs the cinematographer and do all the lighting and photography and all that. I'm glad that when he can do it, he can do it. And when he can't, of course, I'm doing it, but I'm not as good as him. And then, of course, my mom does the sound, the boom microphone, and then Charlotte's either helping behind the scenes or she's... So we try to bring a family atmosphere to just the make everybody feel comfortable, at ease. Your ideas are important. We use your ideas. We want to do it different than Hollywood does. That's what I'm really trying to do. I'm trying to break the mold, and I'm trying to do it completely different.
Well, that's a good point. Because obviously it's more, the story of a film is more important to you than the special effects. Is that right?
Oh, absolutely. Special effects are good if they move the story along.
Right.
We tried to do it stylistically and not violently, just bloodshed and all this stuff. So it's almost like a movie violence where it's fake and you know it. It looks real. It's very hard to explain.
But imagination again.
Again, it's about imagination.
Yeah. Let me ask you something.
Yes.
Do you want to be famous? Tell the truth.
Tough line to answer. Yes and no. Yes, you could give all up what I just said and have all the budgets in the world and conform to what Hollywood has done or anybody has done. Of course, you're suffering, and the audience loves it.
Yeah.
Or you can flip that and not have any money in budgets and tell compelling stories.
Right.
You're not suffering. You're happy with what you're doing. The audience will still like your films, or they'll not like them. But there's always rotten apples everywhere. I don't know how else to answer that question. Somebody just today told me, when you get famous, don't forget me. I get that all the time.
I bet.
But I haven't forgotten anybody yet.
No, you haven't.
I think that's what too many celebrities do. They forget where they came from. But I tell you this, if I do get famous for some reason, I will still be the same that I am right now. And that is the truth.
And remember, that's just been recorded.
Yes, it has been. And I will not change at all, or I will not confide to what somebody tells me is popular at the time, or do this, or to influence me of what I put in my films. I will call all the shots. All the scripts that I get, I normally rewrite anyway, or I'm always rewriting and trying to make better. So it comes by the censor, myself, before it goes to a real editor censor. What are you going to lose to gain, or what are you going to gain to lose? I'm going to keep using the people that I've used before, because I try to build a friendship with these people. It's just not work. Try to know a little bit about them. So when I talk to them, I'm like, hey, I really don't know you, but hey, will you do this for my film?
Yeah.
Like, there's been people that, just for reasons they haven't wrote back and things like that. But of course, they do have their own lives. But I do try to stay consistent and tell them what's going on now and just how you doing. And so I try to bring friendship into it as well. Very easy working relationship with everybody too. It's worked so far.
Right, right. Now, your most current film is the romantic film?
No, it's not the romantic film. That's being edited now.
Right.
So that'll probably be released later this summer.
Okay.
But my latest film is a 50s detective film noir. It's called Night Beat.
Yeah.
We've shot chapter 1. We're shooting it like an old serial. Star Wars, like episode 1, 2. So we're shooting it in chapters. So we're done with chapter 1 now. This summer we're going to be doing chapters 2 through 5. And when we put them all together, it'll be a whole full-length feature film.
Wow.
But we're not thinking of it like that. We're just thinking, let's get chapter 2 done and then 3. And they're probably between 15 and 20 minutes long. So yeah, that's the latest. And that's on sale. That's on sale on the website.
They can get that now.
And also Voice of the Dead is as well.
Yeah. That's awesome. So they can, is this on, they can order CDs?
Yes, DVD. Yes, on DVD.
On DVDs, all right.
You get the movie, and then you get a ton of extras, like behind the scenes, let's see, what else? Oh, we get facts and trivia, photo galleries, and we got a very nice looking actress in the film, Brooke Wilhite.
Yeah.
Who's really the femme fatale. She's really got a very good look. And that's
I think you should keep her around.
Yeah, more on that later. But no, I mean, yeah, Brooke is very good with how she contributes to the film, and Voice of the Dead was her first one, and then with Night Beat, she had some ideas, and those ideas got in. Like the whole idea of the characters in the film, the detective and the female, having a past and a relationship was all her idea, and it went into the film, and that's what I really want to do is make people feel like they're part of the team and their ideas and stuff are actually making it into the film. Because then when they watch the films, they're like, hey, that was my idea. It makes them feel more close to the film than just, oh, I was in that. And then they won't promote it or anything. So you got to appeal to them as well and make them feel important. And then now it's funny because Brooke has just a little bit of hard time. Now guys have started to say, oh man, Brooke really looks good in that film. And
yeah, they want her to wear those outfits.
She's got a fan in the UK. I don't think she thought the reaction was going to be like, whoa, okay, I'm out there and guys are looking at me and everything.
All right.
It's a little weird, So. But she better get used to it, though.
I think so, too.
Better get used to it because I try to use everybody at least twice in what I do. At least 2 films would be good. And if more, that's excellent.
Well, who are some of the recurring people? I mean, you said you have people that have been in all of your stuff so far, or most of it?
I have my best friend, Anthony Myers. Yeah, he's been in absolutely, I think, pretty much everything except one thing of mine. Yeah, so, and he's stuck with me for, we've been friends for, I don't know, 14, 15 years going on. Yeah, he's really something else. Good friend and collaborator to have. Well, of course, Charlotte's been in every single thing I've done.
Because you made her.
You gotta stick your sister in there all the time.
No, you didn't have to make her, though. She volunteers because she's good.
Right, yes,
good like
yes.
that.
I don't have to really beat her or anything.
Yeah.
She volunteers.
Right.
So she really helps out. It's a very good help and a very good actress as well.
And a very sweet person, I might add.
Yeah, okay. Well, you can say that, I can't. So it's good to bring in the new people, the fresh faces, so the audience doesn't get tired. So we've got some new people that we've used only in a few things, or just one thing. I'm really anxious to use them again. Like the girl co-starring with me in this romantic balloon film. Very nice girl. Some of the people on the message board got to see her in the Invisible Man film. Seems like all my females have fans. All my female actors have fans. All my male actors, no. So hopefully that's changing. Hopefully that's changing because in Night Beat, I'm not in it. So,
oh, you're not?
So people cannot see me, but we've got a very nice-looking guy, a handsome guy up there that looks like a detective. I mean, he's got a really good look about him. So hopefully the girls, we'll get some more female fans involved in the film. But yeah, it seems like every time I post a movie, I love the story, I love this, I love the camera angles. Tell this girl I really like her performance.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
But during the other ones, though, so people can see you.
Yeah, I know. So I've got to mix it up a bit, and I've got to have some new faces. We don't get stale and boring and things. But yeah, to keep the regulars, though. The regulars pretty much go on every production. And they're either in the background or they've got a main role or somehow. So, but yeah, the people I've worked with, it's just the actors and actresses that I've worked with. I can't believe the talent. The girl who helped me in, I guess I shouldn't call her a girl, Misha Bechtel, who helped me in the Invisible Man film, did an amazing job in this romantic balloon film. I mean, that was one that I wanted to be in because I just knew how to play it, what I wanted.
Right.
But basically, I like to do either or. I like to either just act, or I like to just direct. It seems like it's never that. So
well, I have
always both.
Yeah, I have a very important question for you now.
Oh, okay.
From L.F. Midwood himself.
Oh, wow.
All right, now he wants to know, as do I, when is the Jerry Lewis tribute film coming out?
The Jerry Lewis tribute film? Oh,
yeah.
Man. How did that get out? Oh, my
Because I have a big mouth, that's how.
I know, I guess. Well, thanks to you, now it's out of the bag. Boy.
All right, fork it over. When's it going to be?
All right, well, yeah. As you know, and I think as other people know, I love the classic comedians. Chaplin, Keaton, Lloyd. I love the silent guys. And then, of course, I like the sound guys, too. Marx Brothers, Stooges, Lewis. I'm a big fan of Jerry Lewis, and it's so fortunate that we have him with us still today, because he's kind of the last of his generation and things. But that's one of my goals. If I could be famous and meet Jerry Lewis, yes. Now I could really answer the question. Yeah, I really would like to meet Lewis. He was the total filmmaker. He directed and produced, and unfortunately he had a studio behind him, and he had a good partner before he went solo as well to really establish him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just, I'd really like to meet him. I just like his style of slapstick and then also of verbal comedy as well, too. He kind of combines them. People have met him in real life. He's rude and he's obnoxious and this and that, but I don't care. I still want to meet him. And it'll be fun. But no, I have something in the back burner that I'd like to.
Do you really?
Film. Well, I'd like to film and I'd like to send it to him.
You swear? You're not just making this up?
I'm not making it up.
You have my address.
It's been back there a while, though, but I hope to do it because he's not getting any younger, and me neither. So,
yeah.
But I would, and I really would like to send it to him and really get his opinion on it. Who knows where that would lead?
That's right. Who knows?
Well, he's remaking some of which is terrible, but I hope he kind of thinks more about it because his films are classic. Any classic film, I hate remakes. That's another thing about
really?
I hate them.
Yeah.
But some of his films he sold the rights to, and they're going to remake.
Oh.
But maybe if he sees my little tribute, he might say, "Hey, that guy I want in the lead of the new Errand Boy movie." You know, I mean,
yes.
You know? That would be insane.
Well, it's perfect for you to do because you I don't want to say you look like Jerry Lewis, but you do. No, but you do a really great impersonation of some of his characters, and you just it took me. How long did it take me to get you to stop answering the phone saying "Hey, lady"?
I know,
right?
That was
for one thing.
That was
which just got on my nerves really bad. But. Which is why you did it.
That's right.
So,
absolutely.
Yeah. So you're going to pencil in your next project, Jerry Lewis tribute film.
Jerry Lewis tribute film.
Right? Mm-hmm. Promise me.
Yeah. I'll try to work it in.
All right.
This summer we're shooting the rest of the Night Beat series. How much time do we have left? This
go ahead.
Oh, okay. So fine. All right. So
I'll tell you to shut up whenever.
I don't want to eat up any of your time or anything. I know your time is very valuable.
Oh, stop.
It's holy, yeah. So,
I'll just hang up on you when I'm done.
Oh, okay. That's all right. Yeah, yeah. So, but no, what we're going to do this summer, we're kind of taking a stop from filming. We're going to go to a camp for cancer kids, and we're going to put on a show. We're going to do kind of a live performance of comedy and singing, and I think show a few of my short films, comedy, fun, I know, and I hope the kids really like it as well. And then in July, we're going to have an actual kids show like they used to have back in the 40s or 50s at theaters. We're going to have it at a library because they have a media room that has a video projector and a screen.
Really?
We're going to have a kids show, and that's when we're going to premiere the romantic film in the balloon. And we're going to show a couple other things too. And then we're going to have a coloring contest, win prizes, and stuff like that. So we're just going to do we're going to take a break from filming there in the summer, middle of summer, do some of this stuff, a little different, and then we'll get back into filming it like at the end of summer. But yeah, the Jerry Lewis tribute, yes, definitely, it's on the table, and I do want to do it, and I do want to send it to Lewis. Boy, that'd be great if I could hear back from him.
Yeah.
Another comedian I like too is Mel Brooks. I do like Mel Brooks. He did some funny with Young Frankenstein, a classic. Blazing Saddles, of course, a classic. I like the different varieties of comedy. I mean, I can watch Chaplin and get this one type of comedy, and then I can watch Abbott and Costello and get the verbal and the slapstick. So, I mean, every comedian has their own different style. It's just neat to watch. I just enjoy all that, all those great classic actors, actresses, comedians.
So who's your favorite director, film producer right now? A current guy.
Right now. Yeah, it changes every day. I don't know. Boy, I've really gotten into the silent film.
Really?
Yes, I have. As a matter of fact, too, this is another thing I guess I'll blab about, but I'm planning to do and shoot 16-millimeter silent comedies, shorts, that I want to do, and that's going to be this summer as well.
After the Jerry Lewis tribute film project.
After the Jerry Lewis tribute, that's right. Let's do the color and the sound first, and then we'll go silent, black and white. But yeah, I plan to do that, but I've really been getting into the silent. Gosh, I've learned so much from just the silent pictures. I mean, not just the comedians, but I mean just silent pictures in general, too, of just the lighting and angles, and more story and acting is involved in silence.
Yeah.
You don't get muddled with sound or anything. There's not flashy imagery of computer graphics or anything like that. I mean, there's just stories, basically.
Right.
So I've been getting really interested in it. So right at this second, I'd say Chaplin is a big influence on me, as he is with many filmmakers. Buster Keaton and Harold Lloyd, too, very inspirational.
Oh, no, see, I was going to ask you who you like best, Harold Lloyd or Charlie Chaplin?
Oh, man, you would have me pick. I don't know, 'cause Harold Lloyd...
Because that says a lot about you,
Yes, it does? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, Chaplin would kick somebody in the pants, and not think a thing about it. Harold Lloyd was more the charismatic guy. It's the everyday guy. I would have to. I hate to turn my back on Charlie because I'd like to meet Charlie. Somebody, I would have liked to have met Charlie.
Well, according to people like George Meek, you can. You just have to crank up your computer and.
I know, yeah, and $500,000. So, but I don't. I would have to say Lloyd. Turner Classic Movies is great. I mean, all this month they're doing comedians. Next Monday is Chaplin films. So, but last Monday was Harold Lloyd films. So.
Wow. You won't be going out.
I won't be going out anytime soon. Yeah, boy, I'm glad I don't have a girlfriend.
See, I think one of your problems, though, is when you try to go out with women.
I'm looking for Mary Pickford, okay? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because you can say, you can use the line, hi, go out with me, I make movies. But it's true.
But it doesn't work.
Do you say
every
that?
Every time you say that, no, it doesn't. Every time you say that, they're like, hey, you do pornos? Oh, get away from me. Seriously, every time I say that, or like somebody, will ask me, what are some of your hobbies? I make film, or I'm an independent filmmaker. They're like, yeah, do you make, that's their first question after that is, do you make pornos? Which is crazy.
Really?
Yeah, I'm serious. That's like the first response that I get is, you make pornos? Or, hey, can I be in one? No, I don't get that very much. I don't get that very much at all. I never get that. I lied. I never get that. But it's funny that they, just when you say I'm an independent or student filmmaker,
that's the first thing they think.
Immediately they're like, you do porn? As serious as they can be. Which is kind of sad because, I mean, is that all that they think independent filmmakers do? I mean, there's a lot of talented independent filmmakers out there doing great stories, and that's why I like independent films.
Exactly.
It's because they seem to focus more on the story than all this visual, stuff. Money is good to a certain point. Money is good to make the production, but any extra money to do all this other jazz and all this stuff, I think it's bad.
Yeah.
I think without money, it disciplines you. Especially when you shoot film, too, it disciplines you. Because I can't go back and erase over that. It's there forever. Discipline of having a low budget, not having many people, but writing the best story that you can, and shooting it with whatever you have. That's the best discipline. And you're training yourself and getting better and better at what you do, and you keep doing, persevering, and you're going to get better, and you're hopefully going to get recognized.
I genuinely believe that. There are not people, there's so many people that want to be famous for whatever it is they do, whether it's music or art or film or acting or what have you.
Right.
And the biggest problem that I see, having had some experience in this myself, I grew up in a showbiz music family, is that the lack of persistence. If you do it for the money, number one, and if you stop doing it, number two, or if you're extremely picky about what you do,
right.
then
exactly.
Chances are, you're not going to get anywhere. So, and what I like about you the most, I think, is that you just keep doing this. You don't. It's not for the acclaim that you're doing it. It's not for, the money, certainly.
No, that's not that.
No. But it's that this is who you are. This is how you express yourself, and this is how you nurture relationships with your friends and with people, even. So this is so much a part of your life.
Yeah, it works with friends and family, but not girls.
Yeah. Well, we'll work on that later.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got enough time. I'm still not grown, so I got enough time ahead of me.
Yeah. That's right.
You're right. Yeah, it is. It's I think that's one way that Hollywood has gone wrong. They consider making film a business, which, there's going to be people now that say, hey, it is a business. It is a business. That's absolutely right. And at the forefront, it's an art form.
True.
It's just like painting. It's just like writing a novel. It's just like any of those.
Yeah. You have to decide what you're in it for. Yeah.
It is an art form.
Yeah.
There's a business aspect of it, and it is good. You do have to learn it, of course.
Right.
But that better be your main focus. This is my painting. This is my drawing.
Yeah, and
it's what I want to give to the world.
Yours are definitely yours. All right, just to recap a little bit.
Okay.
Your website again is what?
It is phillipsfilms.mrolaf.com, and then if that's all hard for you, just go to Google and type in Phillips Films, all one word, and you'll get a whole bunch of stuff. And eventually you'll get there.
Right, and they can download things and look at pictures of you and the cast.
Pictures of girls on there, guys.
Yeah, the ladies.
Brooke and Mission, yeah.
Right.
So
of the Evil Dead ladies.
The site that way. I won't plug that I'm on there. The girls are on there. Charlotte on there. Go ahead, go.
Yeah, go.
But anyway,
okay, good.
A
So
lot of information on the site.
When can we expect your latest adventure to come out, or thereabouts?
Well, Night Beat's out now, available on DVD to buy. So that's the latest. And of course, the romantic balloon film will be out in July, and then the rest of the Night Beat chapters probably in the fall or wintertime.
Okay.
So, but you never know when something's going to pop up.
You never know. That's for darn sure.
You never know when a little short's going to pop up, and they did that. I don't know. Or the Jerry Lewis tribute film.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you actively seeking cast members and production crew at the moment?
I am, and I'm seeking financing too.
Oh yes, of course.
Always seeking financing.
How dare I forget to mention that? Yeah.
Because these things, even though you say they're no budget things, it does cost. It
does
cost.
Absolutely.
For just even your minimal things.
Yeah.
So yes, and also too, a very important thing. I know you're trying to wrap it up, but a very important thing as well to mention is that anybody who buys a copy of Night Beat or Voice of the Dead, immediately that money goes into a piggy bank, literally, really, into a piggy bank for the next budget of the next film. So it's getting recycled back into the film. It's not going for anything frivolous at all.
Right.
And you have my word on that, and I don't go back on my word. A lot of people know that, and I
That's
don't.
true.
So there you go.
So go to your site and
So now you've made me do all this interview and everything. Can I please sing now?
All right, just for like a minute.
All right, a minute. I can do it in a minute. All right, everybody knows the alphabet song, don't you?
Oh my God.
I guess. I don't know. Anyway, well, like I said, I'm a big Stooge fan, so I want to sing you my version of the alphabet song. Here we go. You sing the consonants against the vowels, A-E-I-O-U. So here we go. First consonant we start with is B. B-A, bay, B-B, B-I, bicky, bye, B-O, bo, bicky, bye, bo, B-U, boo, bicky, bye, bo, boo. C-A, say, C-C, C-I, sticky, side, C-O, so, sticky, side, so, C-U, sue, sticky, side, so, sue. D-A, day, D-D, D-I, dicky, die, D-O, do, dicky, die, do, D-U, do, dicky, die, do, do.
Oh, okay. Cohen?
Hey, lady!
Oh, man. We'll call you, okay?
Oh, will you?
We'll call you.
Yeah, please get me out of this. It's dark in here, and there's these pads on the wall or pillows, I don't know what, and I'm all wrapped up.
We'll do lunch.
All right.
All right.
All right. All right. Well, thank you very much for having me on your show.
Thank you so much.
Fun.
Thank you. Say hi to the family and everything.
Sure will. And you tell everybody you know hi there and everything. And if you see Elvis, tell him I said hey.
Again.
Again.
All right. Thank you, my friend.
Yes, thank you very much.
Talk to you soon.
Okay, we'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.